Tell us a story you know.
I worked briefly as a firefighter, and one morning, just half an hour into my shift, we got a call about a serious road traffic accident, RTA. A man had been T-boned while driving home after a night of heavy drinking. He ran a red light and another vehicle collided with the passenger side of his car. His wife, who was in the passenger seat, was killed instantly while he escaped with barely a scratch. By the time we arrived at the crash site, he was already out of the car, but his wife was still in her seat. Her lower body remained in place, but her upper half had been thrown toward the driver's side. It looked almost as if she had been reaching over to open the door. There wasn't much visible blood from our side, but the passenger door had been crushed inward. The man, clearly still intoxicated, didn't grasp the gravity of the situation. He was laughing, fumbling around, and repeatedly asking us to get his wife out of the car so they could go home. When the paramedics checked her and found no pulse, we attempted to remove her from the driver's side. That's when we discovered the full extent of her injuries. Her left side, from her pelvis to her thigh, had been completely crushed, and a piece of the car door had pierced her abdomen. Once we informed the man that his wife hadn't survived and likely died from internal bleeding shortly after the crash, his demeanor changed. His disbelief turned to shock and finally desperation. He sobered up immediately, ran to the driver's side, and tried to pull her out, which worsened her injuries. We had to restrain him and pull him away. He then ran to the passenger side, desperately trying to pry the mangled door open. We eventually left the scene and the police took over. Later that day, I saw the story covered in the news,